Bifocal Chapter 27 Haroon. We'd like to help you, Haroon, but we can't as long as you refuse to help us. I'm in the back of the police car again, invited there by Detective Moffat and the other officers detailed to our school, my old buddies. By helping, you mean accusing, I reply. I don't know who trashed my house. I don't know who called the bomb threat into the TV station, and I don't know who trashed Browntown. Would you tell us if you knew? The officer behind the wheel asked me. I don't say anything. The truth is, I don't know. I don't know if telling would help. We're looking hard here for some kind of cooperation from you, and I've got to tell you, Haroon, you're not making it easy for us. I am, actually, I say. By not accusing people on a hunch, I'm saving you from going after people who may have had nothing to do with it. Detective Moffat doesn't buy that. Unless you give us something, someone, we're going to have to assume that you're part of it. Either that or you're protecting someone, the cop on the other side of me says, which makes you every bit as guilty as if you were actually doing something yourself. Arrest me then, I say. Charge me with something, or quit bothering me. I have nothing to tell you, and I'm done with talking to you. Charge me and give me due process, or let me out of this car. There's a long silence. Then, to my surprise, the door is opened, and I'm allowed to leave. As I step out of the car, I don't look back. Standing off by himself, watching me walk away from the police car, is Jay, the football player. "Why are you looking so happy?" he asks me as I get closer. It's none of his business, but I tell him anyways. "I finally stood up for myself," I say. "With the police?" "Yep." I grin. I feel so good. "Aren't you afraid of them?" he asks. "I would be." "Not anymore," I say. "I'm not either. I refuse to be afraid." "Why are you looking so miserable?" I ask him. "I just came from the principal's office," he says. "Trouble?" He doesn't answer right away, so I add, "You don't have to tell me if you don't want to." "No, it's okay. He talked to everybody on the football team. He wanted to know if any of us was responsible for what happened at your house last night." "Why would he think that?" I ask as we start walking across the schoolyard together. "I don't know," Jay says. "I guess he has his reasons." "The police think it was a number of people. They left footprints." I look over at Jay. He's looking kind of pale. "Are you all right?" "Rough night," he says. "Big party. I think I just need to sit down." "I know a place," I say. "We're not far from Browntown. There's no one else there, and we sit on the bench. The terrible words in orange have been blocked out with gray." "You okay with being seen here?" I ask. "No problem for me," he says. He starts to look around as if to make sure no one's watching, and then stops himself. I laugh. "So, what did you tell the principal?" He looks surprised. "I told him I don't know anything." I nod, not really caring. Whoever messed up my house will never help us clean it up. "Can I ask you a question?" he says. "I'm the question king." Then I add, "Reach for the top, remember?" He looks blank and then asks, "If you did know something, if you did know about people making bombs, would you tell the police?" I put my hands in my jacket pocket and stretch my long legs out in front of me. I've thought a lot about that question. If I knew, I'd tell. I'd tell about plots to bomb or hurt somebody. Hurting people isn't just against the law, it's against Islam. "What if you found out your friends were involved?" "My friends or my conscience?" I say. No contest, but that's just theory, of course. I've never been tested. We sit in silence for a while, watching a grade 9 gym class pour out of the school and run laps around the track. They look small and young. "Jay," I ask suddenly, "do you know who did that to my house?" For a long while he doesn't say anything. Then he says in a voice that's hardly more than a whisper, "I know. I was there." "Why my house?" I ask him. "I didn't know it was yours and Xana's. If I had known, I wouldn't have—" "Would you have stopped your friends?" "It's hard," he says. "We're a team. We have to act like a team." "I've never played football," I say, and leave it at that. "So, are you going to tell?" he asks me. No, I wasn't either. "Do you think I should?" he asks, and then answers the question himself. "I should." "No, you shouldn't," I say. "What would it help? It would just make more people hate each other more. More anger, more hatred, more problems." "So what do we do then?" I actually smile. "Those broken eggs are really hard to scrub off. We didn't get them all cleaned up before we had to come to school." I can see Jay thinking, and then he smiles too. Will Xana be there? I roll my eyes. We're laughing as we walk together back into the school. He couldn't even spell jockeys, I say.